Boker Tov, Yom Tov, Zarim Tovim, and Laila Tov. Good morning, good day, good afternoon, and good evening, no matter where you are at. This is Carrie, and I'm going to speak from my heart. Some of what I am going to share today I have shared on Facebook, but some of you don't know that either I have a Facebook page or you or yourself are not on Facebook. And sometimes with the way the algorithms run and the news feeds, if you even are on Facebook, you wouldn't see what I write. And it's not that I need to be seen. There's just some things that I want to share. And if they resonate with you, that's great. And if they don't, that's all right as well. I'm not putting any weight associated with what I share, whether I'm going to be hurt or elated, whether you weigh in on this or disagree with it. It is just a discussion from my heart. So I wanted to share a few things, and they may seem random, but I want to share them with you so that I can kind of move on from my place of thought. I wanted to let you know about some of the journey of expanded consciousness. Through the study of the sacred languages, the Hebrew and the Aramaic, it really truly has raised me up and out of my contracted consciousness level that bound me to fear, and has given me a place of more expanded consciousness and beginning to truly not only love myself completely and wholly within in unconditional love, but to see that in others as well. When I started to study the Aramaic language specifically, and I saw the oneness principle over and over again, these letters that are of light, which light is information, expanded my heart so much that it was really the place when it began to truly overflow with love. And it brought healing to me on the inside, true radical healing, not only from being bipolar, but as well from dissociative identity disorder, DID for short, as well as complex post-traumatic stress disorder. I was a pretty big mess. And it really just hit me the reason why. The reason why I was healed from these things is because I perfected love, as all of these things that plagued me were truly rooted in fear. And what I am sharing, I'm not saying that it's about you needing to study the Hebrew and Aramaic. But those were the tools and the keys that did help perfect love within me. Having unconditional love for myself so that I could begin to manifest it outwardly to those who are around me in my sphere of influence. I truly love this journey. So, another thought. So I have this beautiful thought of why I'm able to love, and then I had to come to terms with of why there were things that have been irritating me. Because you think that, like, once you perfect love and you begin operating in unconditional love, why there are things that irritate me. This just doesn't seem to make sense. But we are still within the system of duality, and we're still having to learn and struggle in our learning process, because the learning never stops. So what I wanted to share with you was a struggle I had regarding being irritated when I would hear the phrase sons of God. Because really, in our maturation process, this oneness unity and bringing things together in and through oneness is really the manifestation of the sons of God. But I still would get irritated when I would just hear this phrase, sons of God, and maybe that's because, I'm a daughter. But I really realized that I needed to reframe it. So let me share with you that in Hebrew, the word son, ben, comes from the root, which means to build, and it is directly connected to building family. And daughter is a word that means worthy and deserving, and is a measurement. So when looking and rephrasing the sons of God, you cannot build without the ability of to measure. Measure twice, but cut only once. It takes both sons and daughters to build anything. And it will only be once that we settle it within that we are truly worthy and deserving. As many of us out there don't think that about ourselves. Really at the root of it when we dig deep, especially due to trauma. Those who build the kingdom within, those who do the bana, building the kingdom, about building family, will have taken both measurements, that of son and daughter, and bring it into the wholeness of one. This is about us individually taking our divine masculine and our divine feminine and bringing it into the oneness unity. That is the Christ, the Mashiach anointing. Yes, we all have Christ within us, but some of us haven't actualized yet. We haven't had it manifest through us because we haven't activated it. We haven't brought the son and daughter within us, masculine and feminine together, and brought it into the wholeness, into completion, which is truly the word of shalom. It's from the root, and it means to be completed. The consuming fire that instructs us while we're in the waters of chaos, so that we can consume that water and have authority over it. Think of how much we are of water within our own bodies. Do we want to have waters of chaos within or waters of shalom and completion? Because the message is about becoming this measurements of oneness unity. And this is how we become Christ. It's the process of building as Ben to becoming Bat as one built through love, son and then daughter. There's a little information here for you. Did you know that the word Christ, Mashiach, in Aramaic, the root, that it has to do with oil and measurement? I'm speaking these things because when I discovered them, their true meanings and definitions of the words in their original form, it blew me away. Because it wasn't handed to us in the English versions. The translations that veiled many of these things from us, and you would never see it. Ever. So most of what I'm sharing with you, you probably already know innately. Unless shame and guilt has shackled you. So if you've been able to overcome shame and guilt, then these things you already know innately. Because it is who we are, as being fearfully and wonderfully made. So oneness unity isn't automatic, the Christ anointing, the Mashiach. It takes work. But we all have it in a lump of clay form, whether it is activated or not. Worthiness, which is opposite to shame, is the first step so we begin to truly see the completion of that which was meant to be built and manifested. And really, even prior to that, the first step is courage. The courage to face the things that would make you think that you aren't worthy. The things that bind you to shame. Because you really are worthy. You are of the kingdom. You are a son and a daughter. As one with Creator. Our people perish without this vision. Our brothers and sisters, without knowing that we are one. And if this is a stumbling block for you, perhaps it's because you do not feel worthy to build. Let me be the voice for you now, until it is revealed intimately within you. You already are worthy. I see the Christ Mashiach in you, whether you have activated it or not. The spiritual journey is about discovering it within, so that you can manifest it without. And the Mashiach is not Jesus in you. Yeshua was showing us the way how to activate the Mashiach, the Christ anointing. The Christ, the oil of the anointing, is in you. but you need to see it through and activate it yourself and discover it within you so that you can manifest it. Because this spiritual journey is really about revealing you as an anointed one, a manifested son who is a daughter. So all that I am sharing with you, take these lumps of clay of information for inward formation and see if there's something you can do with it. Discover who you are by going within. And do what you need to so that your unworthiness becomes worthiness. Because this is what all of creation is waiting for. The manifested sons and daughters to become one. And you will know them for their love. Because they found it within. They built it. So kick the out of you. The unworthy, unlovable, undeserving. So that you're only left with worthy, lovable, and deserving. I see you and I love you. We are one, not un. Shalom, shalom, and namaste.